There we go. Share 2. Share 2 again. Right. Hello guys. This is ThexT2K. And this is Dungeons 3. A random game I've picked up. I don't know the full lore or anything like that about, you know, the Dungeons series, but it looked good. Well, eye-catching, and it were at a bargain price as well. So, thought I'd give it a go, because I picked up a few other games as well. But I'm part of a little collective known as Rolling Disaster Gaming. We're a bunch of people who like to play games solo, multiplayer, either for or against. We do a lot of D&D content as well. Well, D&D 5e and potentially Starfinder coming up. What else is there as well? Hopefully we want to get some live board game playing as well. But for those in the Twitch chat, our Discord is below, so feel free to click it and come join us. Right, Dungeons 3. Let us jump in and see what this is all about. Campaign, skirmish, multiplayer. Oh, it looks like potential real-time strategy or something like that. Extra DLC. Demon Throne Room, that's what I've got. Nice little DLC collection there. Whew, yeah, this is going on quite a bit. Right, let's crack on, shall we? Oh, well, before that. Extras. What would options be in extras? Health bar upon charge. Your evil laughter, Codefinger. Sorry, that's a win straight up. That's points. Right. We'll keep it with him. Narrated chattiness. Off. Seldom. Frequent. Scroll speed. Main volume 1. Right. Okay. Let's go on tutorial, shall we?
Dungeon Basics. The newcomer evil should learn the basics of dungeon management.
Ah, yes. We can even go up on there. So, from the looks of things, you're the bad guy. And, interesting concept. You don't always have to be the good guy. Ah. Right.
Ah, the still learning the ropes evil had decided to try the excellent tutorials. Good choice. In this childishly simple introductory mission, it would learn the basics of dungeon management. Things like digging, building rooms, and hiring and firing creatures. Everything a novice evil needs to know. First of all, it admired the center of its power, the dungeon heart. This, if possible, should never be broken, as that would lead to an inglorious and permanent end to the definitely wanting to avoid this at all costs evil. Naturally, the most important resource for any evil genius was gold. One can make the best things out of the glittering metal, and nary a creature was going to let the absolute evil hire it and push it around without a coin or two. Sad, I know, but that's the way the cold, hard capitalist world of evil works. Although a little gold could also be stored in the dungeon heart, the little snots, the strange name-giving evil's workers, had to travel long distances to do so. It made much more sense to build a treasury nearby. The fast-learning evil immediately began doing so.
Oh, comedy gold. You can't grumble at this. Nice little vein here. Oh, right. Open menu. Construction. Ah, that's quick DLT in that if I need it ever. Here you find rooms that do not belong to. Ah. Treasury. And now they're building it all around.
Sometimes the bored evil's little snots didn't work quickly enough. That was the time to give them a hearty slap with the hand of terror. Naturally, this had to be done immediately.
Right. Right, how do I... Oh, slap. Right, how do I slap it? Can I grab that? Ah, move the hand over a creature. Ah, right.
The calculating evil threw a cagey glance at its population limits. These were divided into little snots and creatures. As opposed to creatures, little snots did not have to be hired separately, but were always regenerated up to the maximum limit. And so it was that the massacring evil didn't have to worry if one of these miserable creatures died. It simply had to wait for the next one. At the same time, the little snots were the dungeon workers who dug the galleries, mined the gold, and took care of any number of other things. That's why it was never a bad idea to increase their maximum limit. The thirsty for more little snots evil hurriedly began work. The corresponding research was kindly unlocked for the absolute evil. This was necessary in the tutorial in order not to confuse it with the wide range of possibilities. Besides, there are people out there who really do everything wrong.
Right. Research menu.
Unfortunately, creatures were a little more demanding than the miserable little snots. A hideout would have to be researched before creatures such as goblins and orcs could be hired. As loyal as the little snots were, they were unable to fight and took to their heels in panicked flight at the first sight of an enemy. Sighing, the unscrupulous evil set about providing a hideout.
I can actually damage him. Get worky, you little shites. Right, open menu, construction. hideout. Creatures, goblin, orc,
The army craving evil had hired a creature which would from now on do its dirty work. However, each creature consumed a population point. Fortunately, these could be increased just like the number of workers. Should it become necessary to recover a population point, the maliciously grinning evil could always use the egress located at its dungeon heart. Simply toss the creature onto it, a little pull of the lever, and oh, whoops. Well, there it goes. These creatures were pretty spoiled. Not only did horde creatures demand their own bunks, they also wanted something to eat. Otherwise, they would soon refuse to do any work whatsoever and go on strike. The deeply sighing evil had no other choice than to build his creatures a gobbler farm to satisfy their hunger.
I say get Mike. Open menu, research, Gobbler Farm. Menu again. Construction. There we go.
Excellent work. The Gobbler Farm was now ready. Later, the creatures would also demand other things, but for now, they were satisfied. The fast-learning evil had mastered the first tutorial with flying colors. Excellent work.
Okay, I like the comical aspect to these things. Evil evilness.
The fast-learning evil had begun the second tutorial. It now more or less knew what it had to do to build a dungeon. Now it would turn to the overworld, where it would sow chaos and destruction. Up there waited a Isle of Good, which just begged to be destroyed. The impatient evil got right down to destroying. Before the overworld could be destroyed, a number of creatures would first have to be brought there. The Hand of Terror greedily reached out to grab some.
Oh god, what's going off? One, two, three. 4. 5. Oh crap, what have I done? I don't think I should have been able to do that. Right. How do I get back into the thingamajig? How do I get back in? Fucking... Oh, right.
First, creatures ventured out into the overworld. The destruction-craving evil could hardly wait to transform all those unbearably rich colors into 50 shades of grey. The drooling evil did not have the omnipotence in the overworld it was used to in the dungeon. Here, it had to direct its creatures the old-fashioned way, with orders.
Ah, nah, here we go. Right. Let's check out the range, boy. Ah, what's going on? Right, now we're fighting. Gotta... Come on. good, lads. Yeah, whoop her ass.
Ah, the Isle of Good had been destroyed. To the ground. This not only made for a more pleasant ambiance, but also produced some lovely evilness, which could be used for research. The researching evil quickly set about spending its evilness.
Evil little Christ, yeah. Naga's guarded room. Crypt prison. Arachnid.
The sinuous evil had researched the Nagas. These snake-like creatures were excellent healers and a good addition to the dungeon. The fantastic evil had understood the basics of the overworld and the advantages of evilness in the blink of an eye. Not that those were difficult concepts, but hey, you take what you can get, so good work.
Dungeons for advanced students. A little bit complicated, but as soon as you get underway, yeah, you're laughing, literally. Nine views.
The knowledge-thirsty evil obviously couldn't get enough of these crazy tutorials. All right then, let's improve our knowledge of the dungeon.
Yeah.
The absolute evil's creatures gathered experience from battles over the course of time, and thus reached new levels. This was to be welcomed, as higher-level creatures were much more powerful. Unfortunately, the creatures also became harder to please as their levels increased, and had the impudence to demand new things. Unbelievable! Well, that borders on treason. Horde creatures, for example, would later demand beer that they themselves produced in the brewery. But the brewery was still a long way off, as the annoyed evil's little snots had once again proved their lack of intelligence and hadn't built any workplaces in the dungeon. Toolboxes would later be needed for the brewery. These were produced by little snots at workplaces in the workshop. Sighing, the once again disappointed by its workers' evil, set about building the workplace.
Kratos man. Here we go.
The little snots willingly set to work producing toolboxes with a stupid grin on their faces. These were needed to build the workplace in the brewery. A cast iron brewing kettle made out of toolboxes? Computer game logic. The not particularly known for its patience evil patiently waited for enough toolboxes to be available.
Ah, that's 2 for 2. Oh Christ, yeah, we've been doing some building. Hey. Oh. Get working. That's 3. Oh.
The Splendid Evil had finally produced enough toolboxes by waiting in boredom. It quickly set about building the brewing kettle.
Oh, that's some nice animation there. Actually carrying 4. Cool barley sandwich.
The brewing kettle stood proudly, and the diligent little snots went directly to work producing the delicious brew, so that the horde creatures could soon start knocking it back. All that was missing was someone playing some good old-fashioned folk music. Then again, maybe not. Always makes my ears bleed. But now for something completely different, as the hard-working evil now had access to the lecture hall. There, additions to normal research in the form of scrolls could be made for small amounts of gold, time, and evilness. The always slathering for something new evil quickly began to try them out.
Right. Guard room, brewery. Ah.
It's payday. Excellent choice.
Ah, right, you can only research up to 3 at a time then, can you?
Excellent choice.
More gold. Definitely.
Splendid work. the good-humored evil had not only satisfied its alcoholic creatures, but at the same time learned more about research. It now considered itself well-equipped to begin converting the lessons learned into evil, nasty deeds.
6666. And the final exam. Let's see how I can do here. If you try to
And
slap
now
a
it's
hero.
time for a good book. I still have this comic, and if I were to make myself a drink, I could... Oh, wait. You're here? What? I thought we'd done all the tutorials. What do you mean the menu offers a fourth tutorial? But I don't have any more documents for that. I'd love to work with professionals just once. Those boneheads at Realmforge can't even get the main menu right. They're probably busy building the Berlin airport. Well, since you're already here, we can... Oh, crap. Third person. Well, since the already arrived evil was already there, I can probably forget that drink. The keeping the narrator from his hard-earned drink and his lovely Marvel comic book evil commenced yet another tutorial. In this one, it would, learn something about, traps and spells, like, how to make and use them. It was a pretty, free-form tutorial, as if someone had just made it up really quickly. It was about defending the dungeon against attacking heroes. A few traps had already been placed. These were ready to make life difficult for every hero that approached them. Some others were manually triggered by a blow from the Hand of Terror. Here, timing was everything. The Arcanium already held a lot of mana ready to be used for powerful spells.
Trap parkour. Spells. Ah, right. So if they come through, that's when I can cast it. Great Gobbler, Great Crate's Magic Room.
A suspicious trampling of heavy boots and clanging of armor was heard in the dungeon. Soon, the first heroes would enter the dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh, okay, I think I might have made a good play here. Right, I think that's the first lot dead.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh crap. Construction.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Payday.
Right, let's get some zombies going.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Right, where am I looking?
Defend the dungeon heart. There are enemies in your dungeon. Defend the dungeon heart.
There we go.
Excellent work. The last hero had been fended off. The tutorial was finished. Finally, I can get back to my gin and super. Well done. So, now it's time you turn to other things. things that don't stop me from drinking and from reading my comic.
Right, now we're off to the campaign.
A long, long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's super-secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its super-secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind.
I know I haven't done much talking in this because it's been talking for me. I like the little comedic side of this, and for £5 it's a bargain.
The great paladin Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Tristram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Talia.
Well now, Talia, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father, I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent. I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Tanos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whumph! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the Shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family.
Let's do some corrupted, shall we? Of this.
The shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature. But, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light.
The light, it burns.
The shadow reached the entrance to Twistram. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light. The shadow of absolute evil melded with the guard and took control of his body. Thus, it was able to pass through the gate with ease.
Aha!
What was that? I think there was something wrong with that last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate. The shadow's target was close, so close. Talia, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
I don't know.
I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right. We'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terriers or errors or something like that.
Terriers or errors. Yeah, you're gonna be a cock, aren't you? Aha, right. Get around here. He's gonna turn around in a minute, aren't you? I knew you would.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am Grimly, king of the dwarves, and I am used to the cold.
La 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 la.
In the distance, one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes, with lanterns, began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
I think I've played this perfectly, actually.
For our goddess, and in the name of my father Tanos, I'm glad to see so many of you here of your own free will.
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slow lane evil was within range of Talia, the dark elf. The time had come for it to use its incredible powers to possess her for a short time.
My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why
Yay.
I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it. Die!
Very old Kufa, how's it going?
I feel the power within me. Oh, it's over 9,000!
Unimagined power
Oh,
surfaced in Talia, the black magic of the dark elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos upon the world.
Destroy.
Like lambs to the
Cheers,
slaughter!
The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focused beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Talia to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clunking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Talia had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistrom. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the Minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Talia withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Talia's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster
Fucking
daughter's
Peach Dragon.
dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
I love the comedy of this game. Yeah, they were definitely Dragon Ball Z references there, mate.
Twistrom in ruins. Talia, the Dark Elf, had turned to evil and laid the fatiguing library in ruins. Now she began to build a small power base in its vaults, her first dungeon.
So, how you liking it so far, Uncoufa?
Twistrom looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
While Talia was
Yeah.
delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A dungeon heart. Not to be confused with those dungeon hearts from other games. We don't want to be sued. Again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Talia and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
Yeah.
The game logic internalizing evil had given Talia an assignment. Out there on the surface were shamelessly good places in urgent need of destruction.
Nah, no problem. I'll take care of it. I and an evil army.
Naturally, the strategically well-versed evil did not send its new general into battle alone. A dungeon had to be built, and creatures hired to provide her with a powerful army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking evil already knew which way the wind blew in a dungeon. However, should it be hit by short-term memory loss, it could effortlessly look up things in the fabulous almanac.
Not yet, fella, not yet. It's something that I'll need to get around to playing, so... Right, let me,
The grandiose evil's helpers had not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves either, but anyway, there were now some research projects the researching evil could pursue. The new improved research menu, TM, was now available. The new improved research menu, TM, opened and gave an overview of currently available technologies. At the moment, the selection was still limited, but that would change. After all, this evil crusade had only just begun.
That's it, get my you little shits. No. Construction. Yeah, I've got to switch, fella. Right. I have researched it, haven't I? No lecture hall. Let's get that on the way. Oh, there they go. Oh, hold room, alright. Here we go.
Payday.
let's... dig out here. Construction. Right. I've completely forgot it's even out yet, fellas, so it's something that I need to get round to doing. Right, research menu. I need more thingy for that, don't I? I was talking to Greg last night about... Yeah. Yeah, what is Unite again? I've completely forgot. Oh, yeah, I can remember it now.
The exploring
Yeah,
evil's little
definitely can remember
snots
that.
had discovered a room in the underground.
Let's give these guys a little expansion. Jesus Christ, gold everywhere. I'll have a look at it, fella, don't worry about it. I'll have a look. Yeah, I still need a thingy for that, don't I? Right, if we get more snots to work. Right. Construction.
Absolute Evil's little snots had dug out a new room.
Ah, right. That's what that hand can do.
Payday.
Creatures. Yeah, let's get digging this out. That is quite handy to do, that is. Construction. Oh, you can press a load as well. Never knew that. Research. Right. Let's make a little branching network there. While I'm at it, what's this? Weight reduction. Oh, cool. Menu again. Treasury. Get that nice expansion. Right. Grab you. Grab you. Well, where's the rest of the little shit? 3. You're still working. Lovely. Four. 5. Right, you lot can wait in there for a second. And one more. Right. And off we go. Okay, we need to take the long way around then.
Blinding beams of light met the dauntless evil's creatures. They briefly squinted at the disgusting brightness. Finally, they grinned, satisfied. At last, they were able to carry the battle to the good people and were not limited to protecting themselves in a dungeon, as is the case with other representatives of the genre.
Follow me, sons of Rohan. I mean, my vicious hordes. Let's get these tree huggers and wimps.
The armies of evil reached one of those disgustingly good places that had survived the destruction of Twistram. The ice-cold hand, I mean evil, would deal with it immediately.
Attack! Get rid of these newbies. Now we take care of these. Oh, he's there. Kill him.
The little town of Good was destroyed and turned into a hotbed of evilness. Cracks formed on the surface, and something, guess, evil, rose from the depths. This evilness, in a practical spherical form, was the sweet lifeblood which flowed through the personified evil's veins. It stimulated the armies of evil and swelled their power. All this lofty blah blah without any impact on the game aside, it was another resource primarily or exclusively used for more powerful research. Delicious evilness flowed into the dungeon heart and filled it with power. New research was thus made available, which would help the dungeon to even greater power. The impatient evil immediately began to research something.
What is going on here? I feel a disturbance in the force.
The deeds of the conspicuous evil and its henchmen had not gone unnoticed. As a matter of fact, even a blind man could see the destruction they left behind them. As idiotic heroes do, they sent out a small patrol to scout the area.
Move out, men. Have a look around and report back to me. While I would love to accompany you myself, I'm currently, teaching myself to play the ukulele.
The progress-addicted evil had unlocked some new research and immediately set about trying it out.
Right. To you. Get him smashed. She's next.
By the goddess of light! What happened here? The whole city is in ruins. I drank a beer right over there just yesterday.
Ah. You can't kill him.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Hey, where does this lead? We should take a closer look.
The first heroes had discovered the not-so-well-hidden evil's dungeon and now entered its depths. Of course, the insidious evil had already prepared a despicable reception for them. At least I hope so.
Even if that's not the case, I will kill these ridiculous do-gooders myself. They will pay for mocking me over the years. Wait!
Oh no.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? Those are my friends. How can I plan their deaths?
Talia had chosen an extremely unfavorable time for moral doubts. Luckily, her evil dark elf heritage prevailed. Hey, Talia, you're evil, so act like it.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Kill them all!
Right. I think that's everybody taken care of. Let them lot heal up. Research. Creatures.
It's payday.
1, 3. Right, where are you? Right. How are we doing for food front? Construction. Right, let's try and grab everyone else now. 2, 3. I'll keep you in there as a safety. Right.
Enemies have
We
entered
go
the
again,
dungeon.
lads.
The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Yeah, that should be fine. Right, let's go with my new minion order. They died. Oh no, it's a crosshair in it. Right. Get rid of the road. That. Kill the casters.
The second island of the good was mercilessly overrun by the strategically savvy evil's hordes and turned into an evil island. Soon, more of that exquisite evilness would be bubbling to the surface. Excellent. Even better than in Dungeons 2. Not that I'm out to plug it or its fantastic add-on or anything. I'd never do that.
Huh? The armies of evil here? Damn it all, how did that happen? Time to call out the heavy guns. Right, men, get ready to attack in waves. Excuse me, sir. Wouldn't it make more sense if we attacked all at once? Where's the fun in that? Wave after wave, that's a strategy for real men.
Thanks to the enemy's limited tactical finesse, their destruction was virtually unavoidable. So it was time to decorate for the victory celebration, to get the beer and hire the orc dancers. Okay, maybe not orcs. I shudder at the thought.
They're going to be child's play. Leave them to me. I mean, hold them back and let them hit you while I deal with them.
Yeah, finish him off. Let's get rid of you lot. Oh, someone's coming in.
Wasn't that the Staggering Pony Tavern? By the goddess, I won't be getting any more roast pork there.
Enemies have entered the
plug.
dungeon.
Right, let's get back. Crap, where's me base?
The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Come on, lads, you start taking care of that lot.
And stay down!
Right, you gremlins. Right. Construction. Everybody heal. Doing fine for gold. It's called Dungeon 3. Right. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine. Right, you lot do that. Where the fuck are you?
It's payday.
Okay, if anything, that's got to be nicely protected.
Hey, wasn't that Vinny's vegan cuisine? Oh well, no real loss there.
Oh, crap. Here's my other squad. Why do you make it back, you absolute numpties? Right, start kicking ass.
Good camp has been
that's another
destroyed.
place gone.
Victory is ours. Evil is victorious. Ha! Good thing I switched sides.
And so it was that the good camp was destroyed by the battle-wise evil's army. Now it was time to take over all of the good islands, but that would be a cakewalk. Easy as stealing candy from a baby. Candy from a baby? Simple. My ass. Ever tried it? The screaming and crying and fetching their parents and family as reinforcements, and those little beasts bite pretty damn hard. Not that I have any personal experience, of course.
The ultimate, chaotic, absolute, whatever evil will be happy. I am. Father is gonna be so angry. Do you really know what you're doing? You wanted to be good. You had dedicated yourself to the light. Stop and really think about your deeds.
Can you please just stop with the golem thing? We already had too many Lord of the Rings gags in the last 2 games. Enough is enough.
Yeah, exactly. Just shut it, good me.
Crush, kill and destroy. Smash. The destruction.
Talia and the destructive evil's army had succeeded in destroying Twistram and the surrounding area. Good no longer existed in this land.
Why? What the hell happened here?
Apparently, not quite all of the good guys were defeated. The dwarven King Grimly, an old drinking buddy of Tanos the Paladin, was just touring the country with his exorbitantly large army to ensure everything was in order. Thank God the foresighted evil had provided for this contingency. The Dungeon Heart was charged with evilness and enough energy to act as a teleporter. For Talia, of course.
Ooh, good. Then all the best, brave warriors, and stop them! Right! I'm out of here.
With a plop, Talia dissipated and disappeared to a faraway and safe place. The rest of the sacrificing evil's creatures looked astonished as their general fled, but only for a moment, as they already found themselves facing an unpleasant army of good.
This is the work of that damn pointy-eared wench. I always warned Tanos that those miserable dark elves couldn't be trusted. Criminals, the lot of them. But enough is enough. I'm going to find that shifty wench and use her ears as bookmarks.
Not very nice. Not bad for 40 minutes. I'll do that later. Oh, it's 1,000 views as well now. But
The Gehenna Stones.
For now-
After leaving the vestiges of Tristram,
this
Talia
is
set out
where
for the
I am
Gehenna
going
Stones.
to leave it now.
They served as seals to keep the demons banished in hell,
Uh,
where Tanos himself had exiled.
All in all,
Her so-called
if you're
Foster Fathers Act would
follow
soon
the
be
old
undone.
Warcraft games, well, let's just say this is like Warcraft meets Evil Genius. This game is up your alley. Nice little dungeon builder as well. Plus, if you've watched all the way through, the amount of references, the spoofiness, and the comedy, side of things, you can't go wrong for this. If you find it cheap, go for it, get it. But for now, this has been Thanks T2K, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.